What's up, everybody? Jim and Eric here with a Rewind Theater on Suicide Squad. This is the trailer that played at Comic Con. Eric, who is that right there in the middle, enjoying a lovely steak dinner?
The Wall.
The
That's
Wall,
Amanda Waller,
played by Viola Davis.
a character that has been played by so many actresses in such a short amount of time in the past few years.
And here we are in Belle Reve Prison. And let's see, just skipping
Get our
ahead
logos out of the way.
Yeah, and I like the little crazy clock sound.
Yeah.
That's a lovely dinner, by the way.
Yeah, but I like my steak more well done.
She's no, I don't think that we're gonna get checkmate necessarily in this movie. Maybe she's just more like CIA. But this is Firm but Fair, and again, we are in Belle Reve Prison, and I like that our first look at well, actually, our first look at Dr. June Moon, Enchantress, played by Cara Delevingne.
Yeah.
Look over the right. What's over there on the right, Eric?
That is a large collection of skulls. So something bad happened here, or some deposits of something afterwards, something bad. Yeah.
And she appears to be some sort of archaeologist who discovers this cave. This is probably, we think, where she becomes either possessed by or whatever
or begins the path to.
Yeah, to become the Enchantress. Here we have all the kind of goon squad guys that keep the folks of Belle Reve in line. Let's see, coming up right here. Okay, here's our first look at Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn. Which movie does this evoke for you?
Well, I mean, it's hard not to think of Silence of the Lambs when you have a high-level prisoner with a kind of full view, especially that's like the later in Silence of the Lambs.
A cage within a cage within a cage within a cage.
Yeah, it makes
That's
me
how dangerous
think,
she is.
Or wrestling, yeah. One of
Yeah,
the
that's right. And we get our first look at some of the, you get a close-up there of some of the tattoos on her arm. And she really,
on her face.
And yep, and here's our first look at Jay Hernandez as Diablo. I like that he has like a little kind of religious shrine. He's a character that's relatively conflicted about his badness.
And it seems like we'll get a few of those. It seems like a Deadshot might not be all bad in this movie.
Yeah, she's reaching for her.
Speaking
of which, here's our man Will Smith. Who says the great line, it's like we're some kind of Suicide Squad.
Yeah, I think it was a really good trailer, but I did chuckle at that line. They went for it.
Okay, here we go. Speaking of Silence of the Lambs,
Yeah.
here's our first look at Adewale Akini Agbaje.
Oh,
Yes, I can actually
Triple
say
A,
his name.
you did it.
That's right, as Killer Croc. You guys know him as Mr. Echo.
And certainly another huge Batman villain making his live-action debut here.
Yeah, and I do love that. Oh, let's go back. That her line of "Are you the devil?"
Yeah, great intro to Harley in this
Now,
trailer.
these two guys.
We're going to get a lot of glimpses of this sort of crazy group of guys with all have strange masks. That guy looks like Oculus Orbisus, the Madball. But yeah,
and then
there's
this like evil baby thing. We believe these are the Joker's goons, and they look like they're probably either busting him out of Arkham, or we're going to see something later in the trailer, an infiltration of a certain facility.
A reason why we think he is Joker. There's a little girl here with Deadshot, and you'll see her later. Obviously, we presume that's his daughter.
Right.
There seems to be some personal stakes involved for Deadshot here.
And here we get him in his outfit.
Yep, looking pretty cool.
We saw this, actually, a set video of him rappelling down.
And it really was Will Smith, right?
And now look there in the bottom, Eyeball guy is down.
Someone's taking down Eyeball guy.
And then
There's
Devil Goat
dude,
here.
Yeah.
And let's just scrub forward. Now here we actually get, that is Harleen Quinzel, Dr. Harleen Quinzel.
Yeah.
And she's getting now roughed up, and it looks like, and this is going to pay off throughout the trailer. She's going to, it looks like this trailer is essentially kind of encapsulating her story from going from Harleen Quinzel to
and
Harley.
we're guessing that this there's a lot of stuff we're guessing will be in flashback, that we're not going to begin with her as Dr. Harleen Quinzel, but we will see throughout the film and in some ways the things that happened to her earlier.
Now, here we see a pentagram, and yet it's almost like, it looks like a location out of like True Detective.
And she's transforming. It's like we're going to keep seeing her transform after what happened in the cave. I'm guessing this is like a next step for her.
She's like possessed or something.
But it's for her.
Because you'll see later she looks all muddy and covered and stuff. But this is not the mud bath that you usually go to for the spa. So she should get her money back. Oh, good look at Harley Quinn's shoes. Now, a lot of people have made hay of the fact that she has, these ridiculous kind of heels on. But let's actually go back here. our first look at the team together. There's Katana in the background, and Jai Courtney as Captain Boomerang, and of
Yeah.
course Diablo again. And then who's that fella?
And there we've got Rick Flag.
Yeah, played by Joel Kinnaman, aka RoboCop, and from The Killing. And then yeah, here we go with the line. It's like there's some kind of
Some
Suicide
kind of
Squad.
Suicide Squad is coming shortly. Yeah.
Now you'll see it's like they're in a bar, so they're having a drink. Like they're either just went into battle,
Or just
or
after,
just
yeah,
about to, like a drink
bonding
before the
scene
war.
for them.
And so now they're in this building. Looks like it's been attacked by something. So somebody has attacked them, and they have to go in and retrieve whatever it is. The fact that he says we're going to go save the world, clearly.
The stakes are high, and there's him with his daughter again. That
Yeah.
obviously there's going to be a lot of that element of what is at stake for this character
And
personally.
And I would imagine he is going to be probably the main protagonist. It is Will Smith.
It is Will Smith, and,
And
you're
he
like
is the
you just
human
you don't
in
feel like
for the
Will Smith
audience.
is just going to be like a side guy.
Yeah. Now this is interesting. That's Joel Kinnaman, Rick Flag, and Dr. June Moon. So they have some sort of pre-existing relationship, which
Yeah.
is a new thing. And then this is cool.
Totally different look for Harley than we see
she's-
any time else in the trailer.
And they appear to be in a nightclub. We can assume maybe it's a Joker's nightclub.
I don't know, or like I'm trying to think, is she doing some sort of undercover thing? Like she
Yeah.
has to like go
She's
in
got
there
like a
and-
flapper dress on,
Yeah.
which is really cool. So we see, and does she actually have as many tattoos then? No, I don't really see the
She
tattoos
doesn't-
in her arm.
maybe yeah, I don't
Yeah,
know. It's hard to
see?
see, but maybe
Maybe those
maybe
are
this
all.
is maybe
what she
this is
did in
again
prison.
the Good Days. That might connect to the chase we're going to see later involving Batman. Maybe this
Yeah.
is shortly before that incident
Now
happens.
this is Midway City. Of course, it's Toronto doubling as Midway City,
Yes.
as you can tell by the fact that it says center, which you don't spell it like that
No,
in
you don't.
America. That's very Canadian. So
We'll see if
busted.
they change that before it comes out.
Yeah. This is a great shot
good
of
look at
Killer
Croc,
Croc.
yeah.
I love this. And that's all practical old school makeup. He's
Yeah.
actually in a suit.
Looks really good.
Yeah, it looks awesome. I love that, the whole boom. Of course, you see Daddy's little monster.
It
and
says
all-
"Good night" on her bat.
You
She's
know.
gonna bludgeon people. With
And then
it.
look at the wrist, the wristlet gauntlet kind of thing with the spikes.
on both wrists, actually.
She's so badass. She really owns this trailer.
No, she does, and I think
Now-
that's you can tell people are so excited to see Harley Quinn sort of fully realized in a movie.
Now this is where we started trying to figure out where
Who
you know,
were these guys?
Yeah, who are these guys?
Who do they work for?
No, look at the background. Those are missiles or rockets, canisters of some kind. We're assuming probably some sort of poison gas maybe inside them, some sort of biochem
Who knows?
weapon. But again, very psychological warfare of all these kind of like creepy mask guys.
And then there's our first glimpse at the Batman mask guy
Yeah.
on the left there.
Yeah, they
Which
yeah. Look at
Definitely,
this guy.
some people say, and it's true, he definitely evokes kind of the Batman the animated series. I don't know if that's purposeful.
And also
or
the
just-
original like Detective Comics
Yeah.
27 Batman too, which I love that.
And again, it's like that's why we'd think that's probably the Joker's gang. It seems like something the Joker would do. To
And
have
then
a
these
Batman
guys
mask.
are all the SEALs and stuff that they send in that we see with Scott Eastwood's character. Here we see Katana.
tanning.
Who it's great because she's also like on point throughout most of this.
Yeah, we don't really know her role.
Ah,
And then-
now,
so
here we
here's-
go.
Here's a nice little thing. Here's the real first look at the Joker in this trailer.
There we go.
There he
There's
is.
and we're gonna check out that rockin' outfit. Literally like
Yeah.
rock star kind of stuff.
We've talked a lot about this a lot with the tattoos and everything. They're going for, and they cast a lot of rock star in the role.
Yeah.
Joker traditionally has worn purple trench coats, but this one looks kind of like a leather version.
Yeah, and he's got like wacky pants and like a gold chain.
And that guy
I
there
think
in
he's
the
bare chested too, just to add to the whole thing.
probably got to show off those tats. And that guy
Ah.
in the front there was the guy who was slamming Harleen Quinzel down earlier. So that looks to be like Joker's right hand man.
Yeah, we think this is I believe his name is Jim Parrick, and he could be playing a character, according to some online rumors, named Johnny Frost, who was in the Brian Azzarello Joker.
has
Um,
a minion of the Joker.
Yeah, and of course this is kind of a very different.
And
based
he's
on that character.
dressed normally, so he's probably someone the Joker got on the inside.
Now,
you
do
know?
we think right there is that Rick Flag or maybe Deadshot? Or
It
some-
does because we've got some of these guys on the team who have kind of the big military gear,
Yeah.
the vests and whatnot, and that looks like that might be one of those people she's talking
And
to.
I think
not talking
or
to,
those
licking the
guys,
pole in front of.
or all those
No euphemisms, guys.
the goons that showed up at the beginning when we see her in her cell. I think she's basically using her sexuality, the way she dresses, as a weapon. It's like psychological
Oh,
warfare.
definitely.
That's how she
Yeah.
gets her advantage over these guys. Okay, so Katana and Boomerang have had a
An
falling out.
issue. There's some inter-team turmoil going on here.
Let's see. Did we see anything there? No. Okay. Now this is curious. Here's Cara again. Cara Delevingne as Enchantress. Now she's in her full outfit, and it seems to be mixing culturally elements of different cultures, whether it's ancient kind of South American tribes
Yeah.
or even like ancient Egyptian stuff. It's kind of no rhyme or reason to it.
And the
so-
fact that she's in like a domestic setting, I'm guessing this follows that weird tub part. Has she
Yeah.
started to change more and more?
Yeah, because she's got all these personal photos and a bottle of wine.
Yeah.
Come on. She was going to chill out later,
She
maybe
was
read
just
a book.
gonna relax.
Now, here we go.
Yeah, so
Here
there's
is-
Dr. Helene Quinzel being tortured by the Joker. It looks like they're going to really change her origin because in the comics she was just a psychiatrist at Arkham who became kind of
Yeah,
obsessed.
she broke bad. Yeah.
Yeah, but here it looks like something will actually be done to her.
Yeah,
that
it
will
looks
turn
like
her into Harley
electroshock
Quinn.
therapy from the thing in the belt in her mouth, and then obviously that is the Joker. We see the tattoos and the
Yeah.
purple glove.
Already causing debate, I see some from fans, understandably, if they're kind of changing what motivates her into Harley Quinn.
And then Katana Karen Fukuhara is playing her. She's kind of a newcomer. You do wonder, will this be the Soul Sword? Is she crying because she's maybe remembering what happened to her?
Or
Whatever was her
again, we
husband,
keep
right, got
it's a
killed?
Suicide Squad, so we keep thinking some characters are probably not going to make it through.
Yeah, and this is probably why you don't get too close to a hot chick licking the bars of your cell.
Yeah, I think that might be the follow-up. So
Now,
yeah, see, I'm
this.
guessing this follows that nightclub scene.
Yeah.
I'm guessing it's like
Yeah, she's in the
we're
dress.
seeing
yeah.
like the heyday of Joker and Harley in a
Yeah.
flashback, and that this is the night that they got caught by Batman, or at least she did. when
Yeah,
the Joker got away.
We saw this now getting filmed on the streets of Toronto just a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
And there's Joker driving his sports car.
And Affleck's been spotted on the set, but I
Yeah.
don't think he ever put on the costume for this movie. He probably just had a little bit as Bruce Wayne, and then
So we got two Batman trailers, essentially, two appearances of Batman this weekend. Now, she has a bit of the New York accent, but not quite the "Hey, Mr. J"
no,
kind of
she's not
voice,
doing the super heightened version of
Which
it.
is funny because if you see her in Wolf of Wall Street, she totally has that voice.
She
you know?
does, yeah.
And she's Australian, so she nails it. Now, this is how you have to control Diablo, since he essentially has like mutant powers, like Pyro.
Yeah.
You got to dunk him in water, and we're going to see him.
Pyro only controls flame. He can't make it. Jim.
Oh, good note. Thank you, Eric.
No
I like
problem.
that. Oh, yeah, because, he had his little candles.
lighter.
Why they allowed him to have candles when he can control flame, I don't know. Now, you have a theory about at what point this is.
Well, initially, but then now I'm taking it back maybe because now I do see that she has. Well, the Joker could have put that tattoo on her face because I'm thinking, is this kind of the after Harleen Quinzel's been changed? But now I'm taking that back because now she's
You
got the
kind of
dyed
see
hair.
like the jack boots
So I
in
think
the
I think this
background.
might be more of her cell stuff
Yeah.
when she messes with the guards.
Now, here's our first shot at Adam Beach's Slipknot in Midway City. You know what's weird? We don't see him much at all in the trailer with the group shot. So
Look,
is he?
we're just saying, movies called Suicide Squad.
Not all of you are
We're
coming
guessing they might want to have some examples of characters.
back.
And then this is almost certainly just following that earlier part, the dousing of Diablo.
Yeah,
It's like the chamber they put him in
This is how
and
you
dump
have to
him
take
out
him out. Yeah.
after a mission.
I don't think they're, when you go to a parking lot, they say they're not responsible for
Yes.
damage. This is what they're talking about in the
What if
event
you
of
came back to
something
your
like that.
car and you found that?
Yeah. Okay. Now this is great because it's like, is she freaking out because they want her to betray Joker, and also does she not have look at her hair. It's not, there's no red or blue
Yeah.
in it at that point. Oh wait, maybe she does have a little.
Yeah, but also, we've got a lot of her in the cell. We've got the part where she's directly beating up the guy. So I think there's going to be a lot of these moments of
She
her.
does have tattoos there.
Moments of her in the cell, of them sort of trying to rein her in.
I gotta wonder, who is he got in his sights there? Her makeup running very Heath Ledger kind of thing.
Yeah, and they all look like they are very much worse for wear at this point. This looks like another post-battle moment.
Okay, let's talk about the very white trash look of Captain Boomerang for a minute. You
Yeah.
know, he's got like this sort of like he looks like he's like a meth freak or something, a
Yeah,
street freak. You know?
it's just, and the fact that Katana was it him that Katana was attacking
Yeah,
earlier? So
yeah.
it's like you definitely feel like there's this weird rift between the more, sort of more militarized. I know Katana's not military, but there's people who are like more trained for combat
She has discipline.
versus these sort of real,
Yeah, just crazy. And it also, isn't this the first American movie where Jai Courtney spoke?
I believe it
in
is
his,
using his natural accent. Yeah,
And she's Australian as well. But I love this that she's like, "What? What are you talking about?" I
yeah,
have no
great
idea."
moment for her.
Oh, you know what we haven't talked about at all before we come up to Joker? The song.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's a cover of "I Started a Joke," the Bee Gees song, which has been covered many times. There's a great Faith No More cover, but yeah, we believe we were trying to track down the version in the film, in the trailer, and we think that's just a brand new,
Yeah, that they recorded it just for this.
a little slower, but other
Because
was always
I
a
actually
slow
did try
song.
to use the Shazam app, and it's like I found nothing basically.
Right.
So here we go. Now now we're in Arkham, okay? And isn't that Panda Bear bad guy right there? Looks
I
like
think
it is.
so.
So it looks like we're in the meth lab, the meth lab,
lab.
the medical
Well,
kind of room.
and it's hard not to presume that this is more of Harley Quinn's origin. That this we saw her slam down on the table.
Yeah,
we
and
saw
this
her
is
strapped
electroshock
down.
therapy with the
Yeah.
charges. And then we get a better look at the tattoos. Now that we see the tattoos kind of in action and it's not really dwelling on them, do they still bother you?
Look, the damaged one is always going to bother me, but then there it is.
You know what it reminds me of too with the overhead light?
Mm.
Joker in Batman '89.
Oh
where
yeah,
throws
and he
the
looks
thing.
very pale there, but that earlier shot kind of showed that he does look sort of white
Okay.
skinned in different lighting.
Katana in
And this is what we were talking about,
on
where she's
point.
kind of leading the way.
But she's
yeah.
also the shortest one. So
Well,
maybe
true.
that's why she's in front.
This is for the group
And
shot,
there's
guys.
Scott Eastwood in the background. We don't quite know who he played, but there are a lot of rumors that he's Slade Wilson.
The fact that he is actually with them as like one of the team certainly raises even more
But
questions.
with all these like
yeah.
military dudes. Again, is that Slipknot though? They're behind Will Smith and in between him and Harley Quinn. I can't quite tell.
Yeah. Or is it just other sort of military guards that are sent to accompany
Yeah.
them?
Okay, let's just see if we see anything here with him. There's the metal teeth.
Get a
We're
look at
thinking
the
Batman
grill.
took care of that.
Yeah, that his teeth were maybe smashed out in a Batman fight.
But that lamp thing definitely reminded me of Batman '89. So here we get a close-up look. That is not a teardrop. That's actually Jay and a scar.
Yep.
And any final thoughts on Joker? It's very reminds me of the current run of
It's
Joker.
very heightened as far as not the Joker isn't heightened, but it's very sort of specific. Like why is he wearing one glove, not two? So there's a lot. It seems like a little bit
He's a big Luke
overthought.
Skywalker Return of the Jedi
Yeah,
fan,
it's a
man.
Michael Jackson thing.
Yeah,
but
maybe it
again,
is.
I had a lot of misgivings about this movie off the photos. This trailer really sold me on it, and seeing Harley, there's a lot of really cool stuff here that makes me extremely excited for this movie in a way I hadn't been before.
All right, guys. Well, we want to know what you think the Suicide Squad trailer comes out next summer. For all things Suicide Squad, keep it here on IGN.